The Hidden Power of a Man Who Doesn't React. Awaken Mindset. Love Psychology Introduction. Have you ever noticed how some men carry a quiet strength that cannot be shaken by the chaos around them? They don't shout to prove their point, they don't explode when provoked, and they don't allow the small storms of life to throw them off balance. Instead, they stand still, unshaken, almost like a tree with roots so deep that even the harshest winds cannot move it. This quality, the ability not to react impulsively, is often misunderstood. In a world where we are constantly told to speak louder, fight harder, and defend ourselves at all costs, the man who chooses silence or calmness can be perceived as weak, passive, or indifferent. Yet the truth is quite the opposite. A man who doesn't react immediately often holds more power than the one who does. He has discovered the secret of emotional mastery, self-control, and grounded presence. Think about it. When you meet someone who cannot be triggered easily, someone who listens before they speak, someone who thinks before they act, you instinctively trust them more. You feel safe around them. Their stability becomes a shelter in an unstable world. That is not weakness. That is strength. And in love, relationships, and life, this hidden power can transform not only how others see you, but also how you see yourself. Women admire it, colleagues respect it, and friends rely on it. This is not just about being a strong man. It's about cultivating a mindset that allows you to navigate life's storms without losing your center. In this article, we'll explore the hidden power of a man who doesn't react, why it matters in love and psychology, and practical steps you can take at home to develop this strength for yourself. Why not reacting is a hidden power. The human brain is wired to react. When we feel threatened, disrespected, or challenged, our natural instinct is to fight back or defend ourselves. But psychology shows that reacting impulsively often leads to regret, broken trust, and unnecessary conflict. A man who doesn't react immediately is not suppressing his emotions, he's mastering them. Instead of letting anger or insecurity dictate his behavior, he chooses patience and clarity. This creates space for better decisions and more meaningful connections. Not reacting does not mean ignoring. It means responding with intention rather than impulse, and that shift makes all the difference. The psychological roots of reactivity. To understand the hidden power of non-reactivity, we need to look at the psychology of why people overreact. Often, reactivity comes from ego protection, the need to defend one's pride. Fear, a deep-rooted fear of rejection, failure, or loss. Conditioning. Growing up in environments where anger was the normal response. When a man learns to master his reactions, he breaks free from these unconscious patterns. He stops being controlled by fear and ego, and starts leading from self-awareness. The effect on love and relationships. Women are naturally drawn to emotional stability. In love psychology, this is called secure masculine energy. When a man remains calm instead of reacting harshly, his partner feels safe to express herself. For example, when she is upset and he listens without exploding, she feels understood. When conflict arises and he pauses instead of yelling, he creates room for healing. When life throws challenges at them and he remains grounded, she feels protected. This doesn't mean being passive. It means holding the emotional container strong enough so that love can flourish without being destroyed by unnecessary fights. Everyday scenarios where not reacting changes. Everything at work. Instead of lashing out at criticism, you pause, reflect, and answer professionally. This earns respect. With family. When arguments rise, you don't add fuel to the fire. You become the peacekeeper. In love. When your partner tests your patience, you respond calmly, showing strength instead of weakness. Within yourself. When negative thoughts come, you don't spiral. You let them pass like clouds in the sky. These small shifts create massive long-term changes. How to cultivate the power of non-reactivity. Here are practical steps you can practice at home. Pause before responding. Train yourself to take a deep breath before answering in tense situations. Identify your triggers. Notice what usually makes you reactive. Awareness is the first step to mastery. Reframe the situation. Instead of seeing conflict as an attack, see it as a chance to understand or grow. Practice meditation or mindfulness. This builds inner calm and makes emotional control second nature. Strengthen your values. When you know who you are, external chaos cannot shake your foundation. The hidden benefits. You'll notice people trust you more because you don't overreact. Your relationships become more stable and loving. You make better decisions because you act with clarity, not emotion. You gain respect from colleagues, friends, and partners. Most importantly, you gain inner peace. Why women admire a man who doesn't react. From a psychological perspective, women feel safer with men who show emotional stability. Reactivity signals insecurity, while calmness signals confidence. When a man doesn't react, he communicates that he is in control of himself. He shows he won't crumble under pressure. He proves he values understanding over ego battles. That kind of man is rare and deeply attractive. The misconception. Is calmness weakness? Some men fear that not reacting makes them look weak. But in truth, emotional mastery is one of the strongest traits a man can develop. Weakness is losing control. Strength is mastering it. The deeper spiritual layer beyond psychology, non-reactivity, is also spiritual. In many traditions, from Stoicism to Buddhism, the ability to remain unmoved is seen as enlightenment. The man who doesn't react is not just strong in love, he is strong in spirit. He becomes a grounding presence for everyone around him. 10. Bringing this power into your daily life. Imagine living each day without being easily triggered. Your mornings are calmer. Your conversations are smoother. Your relationships are healthier. Your decisions are wiser. This is not a dream. It's a practice you can build. Conclusion. Your invitation to step into this power. The hidden power of a man who doesn't react is not about silence, nor is it about ignoring problems. It is about choosing wisdom over impulse, presence over chaos, and love over ego. When you cultivate this strength, you not only transform your relationships, you transform yourself. You become the kind of man others trust, respect, and admire. And remember, true love and lasting connection aren't built in moments of passion, but in moments of patience. If this message spoke to you, support our journey by subscribing to Awaken Mindset. Together, we can continue to explore the depths of love, psychology, and the inner strength that leads to a more meaningful life.